Hey everyone, me again. I'm sure you all know what's coming in this video, but if you're new around here, hello, my name's Alice and I like to buy far too much makeup and then talk about it on the internet. Today I've got a pretty ridiculous drugstore haul for you. I've got a few things that arrived today and I've got a few other pieces that I've been picking up over the last couple of weeks and I'm just kind of shoving everything together into one gigantic haul video. This is going to be quite long, so I advise you get your cup of tea ready. I've got mine right here. I'm going to be sipping this periodically throughout the video because I had a huge work thing in London yesterday and if I don't have this I am going to fall asleep. Most of the things I got from Superdrug, but there are a few bits from revolutionbeauty.com as well. But there's also something from Boots that I wanted to show you as well, though I think you can get this from like Superdrug and Amazon and basically anywhere else that you like. This is the Eyelure Brow Dye Kit. I got mine in dark brown. You can only get this in dark brown or black, so obviously I went for dark brown. I've been thinking of tinting my eyebrows for a while. I was actually thinking of getting them done professionally and like waxed at the same time, but last time I plucked my eyebrows I kind of went a bit overboard and I don't think I've got enough eyebrow just yet to really take advantage of getting them professionally shaped. So I was thinking of tinting them myself in the meantime. When I put this on for the first time I was thinking of filming it as well, so let me know if you'd be interested to see a video about this and if you want to hear my thoughts once I've tried it. Do let me know. So everything else is from Superdrug and Revolution, and as I said, some of this I've had for a little while, so I'll try and talk about them first. There's quite a few repurchases in here, and one of them is the MAYBELLINE LASH Sensational Mascara. I actually got 3 of these. This is the only mascara that I use now. I get the intense black one and it works wonders for me. My lashes are very short, very sparse and pretty much invisible, and this one gives them loads of curl, a lot of length, and if I keep building it up I can get a good amount of volume with this as well. This is my all-time favourite mascara, so I got a few of these. This one doesn't look new, but I've only had this for about 2 weeks. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and mine is in the shade 0 Extra Fair. I picked this up again because I've been getting some monster blemishes on my chin recently, just hormonal breakouts and stuff. And if you've got spots, this is probably the best drugstore concealer for it. I do like the Revolution Conceal and Define, they definitely have a better shade range, but in terms of coverage for spots in particular, you just cannot beat this. The Revolution one is probably a better like all-rounder, so something that you could get away with using under your eyes and just on larger areas of redness and stuff like that. But if you just want to cover up your spots, like little angry red spots, this is the one. This is something that I've already talked about on this channel quite a few times. It's the Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick, but this time I picked up the shade Up, which is F2. So I usually use F1, which is the lightest one. It's a little bit lighter than this. When my foundation is a little bit darker, I find that I don't have to wear as much of it, so I just put it on the areas where I need it and I can blend it out. I can just put a little bit of concealer on and I'm good to go. I don't really have to build it up like I do when I get a foundation that matches my neck. Yeah, I am mixing more and more foundations together at the moment, and especially wearing more slightly darker foundations right now. Okay, please don't judge me for the amount of eyeshadow palettes I picked up. This one I actually picked up a couple of weeks ago. This is from Revolution Pro and it's their Regeneration palette in Unleashed. I've had a couple of palettes in this style before from Revolution Pro. I've got videos on them as well. I've got a Get Ready With Me featuring the Mischief Mattes palette, which is like the rainbow one. And I've got another video using the Celestial palette as well. I'll link both of those in the description box below. This one I wanted to try out because it's got this really nice selection of everyday colours. These are all the colours that I kind of gravitate towards when I'm doing my makeup. So it's got your taupes, it's got the pinks, it's got the neutral shades. I'm actually wearing it right now. I always really love the formula of these palettes and this one is no exception. Everything blended really beautifully, all the colours are very pigmented. I'm quite happy to do a video on this. If you did want to see it in action, let me know in the comment section and I will happily film that for you. It's probably going to be quite similar to my last palette review just because it's got a similar colour story. That's just what I buy the most, kind of pink neutral palettes. Either way, I will definitely put some swatches on my blog. My blog is coming soon. I'm having some technical difficulties, but I am getting there and I will let you know when it's up. I actually got another 2 Revolution eyeshadow palettes. The first one is again one that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. This is their Flawless Matte palette. It's got 32 matte shades here. There's a really nice selection of colours. You've got some pinks, some neutrals, there's even some blue in there and some khaki. I think this will really complement a lot of my eyeshadow palettes, which is why I picked it up. I'm not going to swatch all of them because there's 32 shades and I'll be here for about a decade. And some of them do look very, very similar as well, and once they're on the eye they will probably look exactly the same. But the majority of shades I've tried so far have been just the standard Revolution formula that I've come to expect. They've been pigmented, they blend well, and they're really easy to apply and wear. I picked up a clear mascara for my eyebrows. I usually just grab something fairly cheap just to brush my eyebrows into place once I've drawn them in. This one is by Collection and this is their Colour Lash mascara. Not a huge amount to say about it really, it's just a clear mascara, does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's very, very inexpensive. Yeah, quite liking this so far as well. And then these I've talked about on my channel quite a lot, so I'm not going to go on about it too much, but I picked up 2 of the Revolution Pro Fix makeup setting spray. I use this pretty much every single time I do my makeup, which is why I get through it so quickly. If you've got dry skin and you find that your makeup just looks a little bit cakey, if you find that you're having trouble getting your base just to blend in and mesh with your skin better, give this a go. So I wanted to try a new foundation. I actually really wanted to try the new Maybelline, what's it called? It's got the word urban in the title and it's SPF 50. Is it like Urban City or Fresh? I don't know. I went into Boots and I swatched it and I think it's a little bit too matte for me, and also the shades are also very, very yellow, which doesn't really work for me. I've got more of a neutral undertone, so I didn't pick that up. I might try it later if I see reviews and I see people with my skin tone make it work for them. But yeah, I'm not in a rush to pick it up. I did want to try something new, so I saw this on the Superdrug website. This is a new foundation from Revlon, which I haven't really heard much about. I don't think this has been in the UK for very long, but it's their Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. I kind of know the Revlon shade range fairly well because I've been wearing Colour Stay for a few years, so I picked up the shades 110 Porcelain and 120 Buff. I sometimes wear 110 in the Colour Stay range, but I have noticed recently that that's starting to look a little bit pink on me, so I thought I'd pick up the shades Buff as well, and then I can kind of mix it together if one of them's not quite right. Don't actually know what this formula is like yet, so let's give it a try. I really like the squeezy tube, by the way. That makes it really, really good for travelling. The formula feels very, very creamy. It looks like it's got some decent coverage to it, and yeah, as I suspected, the porcelain shade is a little bit kind of pink, but the Buff one has a bit more of a neutral undertone. I think I'm probably going to be mixing these together a lot. I do feel like they're a little bit darker than the Colour Stay range, so I'm going to be really careful with how I apply this. I will probably do a review once I've worn this a few times. I want to do a couple of like wear tests and just see what I think of it, but yeah, once I've worn it a few times I will definitely film a review. I also got the concealer in this range as well, so this is the same range from the Revlon Candid. This is in 010 Vanilla, which I believe is the palest one they did. It's got quite a nice doe foot applicator. Oh, that's a bit dark. Yeah, this is the problem with buying base products on the internet. But yeah, that's far too dark. That's darker than the foundation. That's a shame. I do really like the formula though. It feels very, very creamy. Yeah, it's like a kind of very dark salmon colour, so I might just give this to my mum. I got quite a few base products actually. My base is the thing that I spend the most time on when I'm doing my makeup. I picked up 2 of the Revolution Pro powder foundations. I say new, they're not that new. I picked up the shade F1 and F2, and I haven't even opened the box yet, so I don't really know what these are like. It comes in a little compact like this. This is the shade F1, and it's also got this little sponge underneath as well, which I can't see myself using a lot, but it might be nice, you know, for travel. It does actually have quite a bit of coverage to it. F1 looks a little bit pale for me. I'll probably use this underneath my eyes. Let's try F2. Yeah, F2 looks like a much better match for me, and this is a little bit more neutral as well. F1 does lean a little bit on the pink side, which is unusual for Revolution. Usually their base products are definitely more yellow. From the swatches, it does look like they actually have quite a bit of coverage to them, which is good for me. I have skin redness, like I keep saying in all my videos, so I really like the idea of using a powder that's got a little bit of extra coverage just to help me get my skin a bit more even. I do really like using the Gosh mineral powder at the moment, but it can look quite cakey if I'm not really careful with it, so hopefully I get a similar result from this. And then, as if that wasn't enough Revolution products, I also went on the Revolution website as well. They were having a sale and there were a couple of things that I wanted to pick up from there, but also the main reason why I went on the Revolution website was because I really wanted this eyeshadow palette. This is the Chocolate Cherry palette, and from what I saw on the internet, this looks like my cup of tea for sure. I really love the chocolate bar range. I've got quite a few of their palettes now, and I love the packaging, I love the formula, I love the smell. Yeah, this looks really nice. There's a lot of very pretty purpley neutral shades in here, which is kind of what I'm going for a lot at the moment. It does really smell like cherry as well, but yeah, I really like the look of the shades in here. I know this will be a little bit kind of plain for a lot of you, but for me these are the shades that I wear quite a lot, and they are actually quite colourful once you swatch them. I reckon you could definitely get some more kind of playful looks out of this palette and some everyday ones as well. Again, let me know if you want me to review this palette and do a dedicated video on it like I did recently with the You Can Be Aromas palette. Let me know if you'd rather see a review of this palette or the other Revolution Pro one I got, because the looks are probably going to be very similar. They are a very similar colour scheme, or if you don't mind having two very similar looks, I'll do them both. So like I said, Revolution were having a sale and there were a few things that I did want to grab. They had a Vivid Baked Blusher for 75p. This is so tiny and really cute. I never really use up blushes, so I don't mind the size. This looks like a really nice everyday colour, but it's quite lilac-y when it's in the sunlight, and then when you tilt it back it's got a sort of brownish undertone. So yeah, it's a really nice kind of everyday neutral colour, and it's got a very pretty glowy kind of formula, which I always go for. I also picked up a liquid highlighter from them as well. This was half price, so it was £3 instead of £6. I've been kind of skipping highlighter a lot for the last few months while it's been really cold, but now that it's starting to get a bit warmer and my skin isn't so textured, I have been enjoying putting it back into my routine a bit. I thought this one was really nice for spring because it's just this really pretty lilac-y colour. I don't really wear a lot of like multicoloured highlights, but I think ones that have a bit of a pink or a violet kind of tone to them can be quite flattering, and they can still work on an everyday basis if you apply them sparingly. I really love liquid highlighters. I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of this. I also got a powder highlighter as well because I just can't control myself apparently. This is their Revolution Pro Skin Finish in Luminescence. Apparently these are supposed to be a dupe of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish highlighters. When I'm swatching this, it feels very soft. It's not chunky. This has got quite a lilac shift to it as well. It's a bit like a powder version of the liquid highlighter that I just hauled, but if you wore it sparingly there wouldn't be so much of that violet tone to it. It's very pale. I think if you're a bit of a vampire like I am, you'll probably really like this. But yeah, it's got sheen but no glitter in there, which I really like. I think I'm going to really enjoy wearing this on more natural makeup days, or just days where I don't want to have a kind of over-the-top highlighter. I think if I layer it as well with the liquidy one that I got, I think that will have a really nice violet undertone to it, so I might have to try that for an Instagram picture. I got another one of their I Heart Chocolate lip glosses. I've already got this in the shade Salted Caramel and I've been really enjoying this. I'm actually wearing it right now, so I thought I'd pick it up in another shade. This one is Chocolate Brownie. Ooh, this is very pretty. It's a much more kind of pinky mauvey version, and it does actually smell like chocolate brownie. It smells absolutely divine. If you've made it this far, well done for surviving my ridiculous haul video. This is the last thing. It's the Revolution Pro Illustrator. So this is a multi-use pigment stick for eyes, lips and cheeks. I really like the sound of this. I really like multi-use makeup and I love stick formulas and crayons. This colour is really pretty, by the way. I can definitely picture that working on my cheeks and my lips. It's very pigmented, but it still blends out reasonably easily. I think if I did want it to blend a little bit more on my cheeks, I could probably mix it with a little bit of liquid highlighter maybe. But yeah, this is really nice. It's a really nice natural peach colour. I forgot to say the shade name. It's Unprecedented. Oh, and because I spent too much money, Revolution threw in this skincare sample thing. So I got the Superfruit extract, which you can use as skincare or as a primer. That is everything from me today. Well done for making it to the end, because that was quite a lot of stuff. Let me know in the comment section what you want me to feature in future videos, in blog posts. I will keep you posted about the blog. It's coming very, very soon. Sorry if I'm a bit out of it in this video. Like I said, I am just so ridiculously tired. I promise in the future I won't be as much of a zombie. But if you did enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload every Sunday at 9 AM, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!